Hello everyone, French Fry Warrior has returned to go over Record of Ragnarok chapter 108. A fast recap of the previous chapter will occur. To skip the recap, then jump to this time on the screen or click the timecode in the description. Brunhild is taking a look at the last human warriors to choose from, being Kintoki, Nostradamus, and the yet to be revealed Rasputin. Humanity currently holds 6 victories, and the next god fighter will be none other than Odin. We flash back to Brunhild's threat to Odin. Odin questions, is this all just for love? And of course, she replies that it is. Odin laughs, calling her crazy. He then reveals that Siegfried is destined to die and become a vessel for the primordial gods. This revelation doesn't shake her, which leads Odin to assume someone must have already told her, but dismisses it, since his desire cannot be stopped at this point. Brunhild asks, why do all this? Is it to control Valhalla entirely? What is his desire? He reveals his ambition is to destroy everything, Helheim, Midgard, and Valhalla. All will be destroyed, bringing about the end of everything. Due to Loki's defeat, Odin will now fight and wonders if her madness or his desire will prevail in the end. Brunhild agrees, as she's been waiting for this moment. Back to the present, knowing Odin will fight, Brunhild chooses a fighter she had planned from the very start. Only one capable of facing Odin, Sakata Kintoki. We turn to him chilling with his battle axe, and Buddha approaches, announcing that Odin will be fighting in the next round. Kintoki acknowledges this, while Buddha launches into a little side story involving Shiva and his companions. Buddha recalls buying some snacks when Shiva mocked him, calling him a hypocrite for giving in to desire while preaching against it. Buddha countered, pointing out that clinging to the idea of rejecting desire is still another form of desire. Shiva and his gang were left speechless. Kintoki appreciates Buddha's attempt to break the tension and tells Buddha that he has no worries. Buddha tells Kintoki to come back afterwards to settle their 100th bout. Kintoki suggests doing Hapa Sumo, and Buddha agrees. Kintoki also believes that this battle will only take a second, but Buddha warns that Odin is pretty strong. Kintoki knows this, but still isn't worried. He plans to kill Odin and reveals that he and Odin have the same end goal in mind. With Kintoki now confirmed as humanity's fighter for round 12, the stage is set. Will he deliver salvation for mankind, or will Odin take another step toward resurrecting the primordial gods? The arena is now set with no more than 2 rounds of Ragnarok left. After round 11, the score is now humans 6 and gods 5. Humanity is one more win from victory, with many previous human spectators throughout the series all watching confidently. Heimdall announces that the gods have their back against the wall, making it an unprecedented situation that no god could have foreseen, as many gods watch over as well. None of the gods could simply call this tournament a game anymore, forcing the gods to acknowledge that humanity is no joke. They came here to win. Heimdall admits that they, the gods, must recognize that humanity is strong. They cannot afford to lose this match, as their dignity and pride is riding on this round. Buddha and Kintoki heads toward the arena, with Buddha asking if Kintoki is good for his match with Odin. Kintoki confidently says that he has no idea if he's good, which startles Buddha, but Kintoki believes it'll all be fine because no matter what happens, he is going to win this. Buddha comments on how mysterious that was. He also feels that it'll be fine as long as Kintoki says so. However, let's not forget that there are other reasons not to lose here, as all the human audience members whose representatives lost gathered and came to see Kintoki off. Kintoki, baffled, asks what are they all doing here, and one of Tesla's supporters said it's because they wanted to impart something to him. Still confused, he asks for Kintoki's hands as he will speak on everyone's behalf. He grabs it and chants different types of electrical currents and finally shouts energy charge. There's a moment of awkward silence. Nonetheless, he reveals that Kintoki has just received the power of all humanity, calling it an unscientific process. He then goes on to quote something that Tesla would have said in this situation. "Science is what illuminated the world, but feelings are what illuminates our hearts." This quote hits Kintoki very deeply. And finally, Tesla's supporter says, "Win this for us so that humanity can continue to progress." Kintoki, still looking at his hand in awe, receives more support from Lubu's group, stating that there's no way he can lose, because humanity's story ending here would just be too boring. One elaborates that the 5 fallen fighters that died, their feelings now fall on his shoulders. Raiden's group does a sumo stomp in unison, claiming that Raiden will definitely lend a hand in his battle. King Leonidas' army salutes Kintoki, as may Leo's strength aid Kintoki in his battle too. Still absolutely blown away by this, Kintoki stands there as Adam's family approaches and his son asks to send Odin flying for them. Kintoki gets nervous as he isn't good with this type of stuff, but luckily Heimdall begins to give the intros, signaling that it's time for Kintoki to go. Kintoki once again states that he sucks at this stuff, but he raises his fist in the air, declaring he's grateful for all their feelings and he will shoulder them all. They all smile, seeing him off, as Adam's wife, Eve, prays for Adam to watch over him somehow, as humanity, his children, challenges the gods. As he enters the arena, Heimdall begins his introduction, questioning, is he really a man or a yokai demon? His story follows as such. Long ago, he was raised by Yamamba, wrestled with bears as a toddler, and had even slain the demon king Shuten Doji as a young man. Over time, he became revered as a vassal of the great Minamoto no Raiko and the greatest demon slayer of the Heian period, with his extraordinary strength and battle axe skills to back it up. The people's beloved Kintaro will now take up the mighty task of god slaying. First name Kintoki, second Sakata. He is unparalleled and unmatched, making even the heavens quake at his power, as he slams his axe down and finishes his intro, making him the 12th human fighter coming from Japan. A piece of the arena brick pops up from below and a girl appears, apologizing for making Kintoki wait. She nervously stands and questions if it was really the best choice to leave such an important match with her, and it is revealed that she is to be the 12th Valkyrie's sister. Scheduled, she believes Brunhild would be more suited for such a task, but Kintoki interrupts, saying that she doesn't get it, which terrifies her at first, but Kintoki proudly proclaims that if it isn't her, then it can't be anyone. Riz God right here. Buddha, take notes. I digress. The two agree and their hearts unite, triggering the Volund. Brunhild comments on how Kintoki was easily able to open up the heart of a girl who is the ultimate introvert, adding to the belief that Kintoki really is the most beloved man in human history. She smiles, making a cute flex pose, but Zeus rudely interrupts, seeing that she's really fired up. Naturally, this startles her, asking what is he doing here. Zeus wanted to see Gull's expression on her face, but saw that she isn't here with Brunhild. He also states that while Brunhild is cute, does she really think she can win against the supreme god Odin? Brunhild counters by stating she never picked a fighter thinking that they would lose, as Kintoki is the fighter she picked as the anti-Lord Odin guy. As the Volund process completes, she states that only Scheduled is capable of drawing out his powers to its utmost limits, as her rune power is called Axe Time. And we can see this new mark that appeared on Kintoki's axe as he swings it around, loving the new design, calling her a goddamn killer. The kids also like the new design, and Buddha is amazed that Kintoki was able to capture the hearts of everyone so quickly. Others comment how reliable Kintoki feels and they might actually be able to beat the gods. This marked the first time in their 7 million years of history that humanity believed they were witnesses to their will surpassing the gods. But suddenly, dark storm clouds gathered, shocking everyone with a dark presence. Some even commented that they can't even breathe, as another points to the sky where a black mist gathers. Buddha and Brunhild know exactly who just arrived, and it's none other than the boss himself, Odin, who floats above with an evil looming presence as he makes his descent, bringing this chapter to a close. Alrighty folks, so that whole chapter was basically to hype up Kintoki, which I very much appreciate, especially seeing all those older spectator characters that we haven't seen for a minute, like Lubu Squad and Adam's Family, all a genuine wholesome moment to hype Kintoki for that last win. But brothers and sisters, I will state this now. I believe Kintoki is so screwed. Ever since last chapter, I feel I've been getting a lot of red/death flags for Kintoki. First was when Buddha came to announce that he was fighting Odin and tried to break the ice with that comedic story about Shiva, because Odin, it seems like Odin is really that dude that you have to be careful with. Second was when Buddha, once again reminding that Odin is strong, and Kintoki says he ain't worried. Third is when Kintoki proudly proclaimed he doesn't know if he's good to fight Odin, leaving even Buddha perplexed. And finally, the whole send-off thing low-key seemed like an early funeral service for Kintoki. I swear I don't hate him, I'm just expressing my speculations. Plus, the score is 5-6, and unless the authors have other plans, then story-wise, Odin will win to continue his goal to resurrect the primordial gods. Overall though, very wholesome moment, and I'm glad we got to see that because it truly helps set the stakes, more highlighting that the end is soon to be upon us. As for his backstory, he was raised by a Yanba, which I had to do some research into, and apparently he was raised by a mountain witch who was also a yokai, so we know he ain't no normal dude. Plus, he was tussling with bears like a Chad when he was a teen, and he also managed to slay the Demon King, granting him the title of the greatest demon slayer during the high-end period. Sounds like my boy will give Skuna and Muzan a run for their money. So, his feats are looking good. Finally, we got the last Valkyrie reveal being scheduled. And I like her character so far, especially her eyes. Her power seems to amp Kintoki's axe, bringing out its true potential, and based on its name, which I'm assuming is Axe Time, Kintoki might have some power or control over time itself with the axe, but overall I'm excited to see what the Volund ability really is. Like Kintoki, I'm loving the design for the axe after the Volund, and I like that Kintoki literally has blades under his sandals to walk. Hopefully we can see him use those in combat as well. It is wild that we have seen all the Valkyries at this point before getting all the human fighters revealed. Rasputin is revealed at this rate probably won't be coming out till like the last chapter. Little side note, so when Zeus came over and stated he wanted to see Gaul's expression, my question is why? To me, he's never really paid attention to Gaul like that at all, so why now all of a sudden? Does Zeus know something about her that we have yet to know or see? And once again, Brunhild isn't even worried about where she could be, and I'm also surprised she hasn't gone to go look for her at this point. Anyway, it's funny how we had all this hype and the humans started to feel confident, but then all of that was taken away in an instant when the aura farmer himself, Odin, appeared. I can't lie, I love that Aizen's spiritual pressure he put on everyone, because they were getting a bit cocky, thinking they have this in the bag, but Odin ain't here to play games, so I can't wait to see what he's capable of once the match starts. Now, I don't hate Kintoki, but I'm going to say that Odin will win considering all the death flags we discussed earlier, and Odin has a bigger role to play in the story later on too. But that's all I have for today. Let me know how y'all feel about this chapter, and if you think Kintoki is screwed, or will he simply wash Odin with no difficulty. Thanks for watching my video, much appreciate you all, stay safe, be good people out there, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.